Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to be making a swirly card, which is inspired by the kirigami cards by Anna Griffin. So the difference is that those go out and this one goes in. I never purchased the kirigami die, so I was trying to figure out how to create something that looks similar without those dies, and this is what I came up with. So I have a top folding 5x7 card base from Anna Griffin. You see the handmade by on the back of it. And you can make one of these from scratch, or you can grab one if you already have one pre-made. And I'm going to use the 3D fancy French frame dies to cut out my frame. I also grabbed a circle die that would allow me to cut out the center of that frame. This particular circle die, I believe, came from Spellbinders. But you can use anything that you have. I'm cutting out the gold center and replacing it with an ivory cardstock center, and that's because I'm going to place a design on the top of this. But if you wanted to, you can actually cut out this circle from a patterned cardstock, so you would already have the pattern on there, and then you wouldn't have to put one on there. But I'm going to put one on there specifically using the Anna Griffin rub-ons that I got in a create kit probably 2 years ago, and I haven't really been using these, so I really wanted to pull them out and get them used. So I'm using things that I already have and not wasting it. And so I'm getting this purple flower and this red flower out of this, and I'm going to be using my Empress machine to apply it to the paper, and you'll see that in just a second. I saw this cool trick on Crafters TV once, and I was like, I really want to try that. So you just place the rub-on wherever you want it, and I know like a lot of people have had problems with rub-ons. I've seen and heard that people have problems with rub-ons, so this is an easy way to get your rub-on to just go. So let's give it a shot. So ignore my plates, they're horrible. And we're gonna put it down and run it through our Empress machine. And when it comes out, it should be perfectly attached to the paper. So my Empress is on some rolling wheels, which is why I just rolled it into the shot. Now I'll roll it right back out. And we'll remove our top plate from our sandwich, and then see how this worked out for us. So I'm going to peel this off, and from what I can tell already, there's a tiny bit that didn't stick. So I'm going to take my bone folder and just rub it back down, and then continue peeling off the backing paper. And as you can see, it actually did a great job of adhering that to the paper. So if you've ever had problems with your rub-ons, try this trick. Tell me if you ever tried it or if you like it. Now I'm going to take the Anna Griffin Treasury of Stamps and Dies and my Tim Holtz stamping platform, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment onto my circle, which is "You are so very special." Now what I'm going to show you guys later is that the I and the A that are on that rub-on actually ended up rubbing off. So if you use rub-ons, don't stamp on top of them. I did not know, but it doesn't take stamps. So this is my Call all-purpose glue from Crafter's Companion. It is a very clear glue that really adheres nicely, but it does have a kind of a toxic smell to it. Just so if you're smell sensitive, just know that. But I needed something that was going to be able to move and I would be able to rub it around. So I need to get every inch of that circle glued down, because we're going to cut it out and you don't want any of it separating from the back paper. So make sure that it's completely glued down, and place it in the center of whatever die cut you're deciding to use. And honestly, you don't even need a die cut to frame it if you don't want to. You can do this without it. It's so versatile, and it was pretty easy to make too. I'm just sticking that down. Now I'm noticing that my I and my A are rubbing off. I'm literally rubbing it off. I'm like, no, don't rub off. Now I need to remove that frame. It was just there for a placeholder. And I want to take my Anna Griffin pop-up card dies, and I'm using the circle die to basically cut out that circle that's on the front that has the flowers on it. So I'm just using the die cut as a placeholder, so I know exactly where to cut. Because if I would have ran this die through with that die cut on there, it would have cut through it. This die cuts out a whole square or rectangle. It doesn't just cut out the circular parts, which I wish it did, but that's just because I'm trying to do something different with it than, it was intended to do. Because probably if it only just cut in and then didn't cut out the square, I'd be trying to do something with it that I needed the whole square cut out. So it's fine. We're always trying to reinvent our dies to do more than what they were meant to do because they cost us so much money, right? All right, it went through the Empress. Now let me move it out of the way and take off the top plate. Pull this die off of the mat and see what has cut. Pulling off that die, it looks like it has cut through, but part of it is still stuck in the paper, which is fine because I'm gonna stick it into the paper anyway. But if yours has cut all the way out because you have nice plates, then don't worry about that. Adding these die cut frames is what's going to hold it onto the front of the card. And so I'm doing a shadow layer here with a white and a gold cardstock that I'm going to place down. And this is to decorate the front of the card. Now I do decide to change out this white for a blue later on in the video, so I'm not going to keep it white. I ended up not liking it because I cut that out of white, but I cut the other out of ivory cardstock and it just didn't look right together. But you can see what I'm talking about. So that's where I'm showing you that the A and the L came off. I did end up using a Sharpie to write it back on there, and this is where I'm taking some blue cardstock from the Anna Griffin birthday cake cardstock to create a new color on the front that I thought maybe was a little bit more cohesive. I know I'm not the only one who's started a card and was thinking this is going well and then decided this is not going well. I need to change some things up. And that's pretty much what happened here. And that's okay because I actually like the gold and the white and the blue together. It looks really good. So now I'm taking a butterfly that has some gold on it and just placing it up there with the flowers because, butterflies, flowers kind of all work together, right? And then I found some flowers in my stash that kind of went with what I felt like went with the color scheme. And I love that they're stickers, of course. Peeling those off, adding a little bit of glue, making sure that they stay stuck down forever and ever and ever. And I'm just going to place that in the bottom corner, and that, my friends, is going to be the front of our card. So now we're going to open it up, decorate the inside, and you'll see where this whole thing is going in just a second. So you can see that the cutout is still visible from the inside. So I'm going to use another set of these frames. I'm just using the frames everywhere. I'm going to use these frames again, but the blue in the background and the gold on top. And I'm going to place that down to cover over our cut lines so that they're not showing through, because it's just not very professional looking right now, Of course, you want to see you'll see why the circle part is okay to be shown through, but, we don't want to see the rest of that. And then once we have that, we'll decorate this with some flowers. And the key point with this part is when you put your flowers down to make sure that they don't interfere with the circular part of our mechanism, because we want it to be able to move freely. And if that flower or any embellishment is over the top of that, it will not. So I'm going to just take my fussy cutting scissors and cut that off of there. Super easy and quick. And then I will place this down. It is also a sticker, so just peel off of the backing, and I'm going to put this in the top right hand corner of my inside top part of my card. And basically from here we can see that we're decorating this just like we would if we had made this card the traditional way, the way it was intended to be made, you know, the way that she showed us in the videos. And that's where you would decorate this part and then the bottom part. But I just decided to try something a little bit different. Hopefully you like it. If you do, don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section letting me know that you're enjoying these kind of videos, and share it with a crafty friend. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll move on to the next part of this video. So to decorate the last portion of the inside of the card, it's just basically more of the same. I did want to make sure that they were all different though, to give it a different look. So the one on the front is, you know, different than the one on the top flap, is different than the one on the bottom inside, and gives it a little bit of uniqueness. So, you know, if you're doing this, don't forget to, you know, switch it up a bit. And so I took that blue circle from something I cut out, probably the one above it, and I used it on the center of this gold one. And now we need some place that we can write our message. So I'm putting down a signature card, and I thought I'd just nestle it inside of the feet of this die cut. And then I have a floral collage kind of embellishment. I really like how the flourishes are coming out of there, but that's made like that. It's attached to there, and I really like that one and done effect of that. So we're gonna place that down. It's really big, so it takes up a lot of real estate on our card, and that's where we're going to now finish off our card by taking our glue and gluing it just in the very center of that circle. And we're going to close our card and press down and wait for that to dry. Don't touch it until it's dry, because it'll just pop right back up. And once it's dry, we are finished with our card, and we can open it up, and you'll see that it's really special. It's a spiral on the inside working with the outside sentiment. Makes it really fun, interactive, and pretty special. So hopefully you like this card. I enjoyed making it. I really think it's really pretty. I think you should try it. I think you would like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and have a great day. Bye.